Okay, you've heard it literally 1,000 times. It's in your favorite songs, it's on those epic movie soundtracks. It is everywhere. But today, we're not just gonna listen. We're gonna plug in, turn it up, and break down how one of the most iconic instruments on the planet actually works, the electric guitar. But seriously, have you ever really thought about it? How can a few metal strings on a piece of wood make a sound so quiet it can make you feel all the feels, and then, seconds later, create a sound loud enough to shake a whole stadium? It's kinda nuts. And that's the mystery we're gonna solve today. All right, so where did the sonic beast even come from? Well, believe it or not, our story starts with a really simple problem. Guitars were just way too quiet. I want you to imagine this. It's the 1930s. You're playing guitar in a big jazz band, and you're surrounded by these super loud trumpets and pounding drums. You are strumming your heart out on your acoustic guitar, but nobody, and I mean nobody, can hear you. Musicians desperately needed a way to level up their sound. They needed a power-up, and that need kicked off one of the biggest inventions in music history. So how'd they do it? Well, it wasn't as simple as just making the guitar bigger. Nope, they had to get creative with some seriously cool tech. So let's pop the hood and see how this whole thing actually works. Making that massive sound is a total team effort. It all starts when you strum a string. Then, a special sensor grabs that vibration, turns it into a tiny electrical signal, and sends it down a cable to an amplifier. And that is where the sound gets unleashed. And here's the crucial part. An electric guitar all by itself barely makes any noise. It needs its team to work. It's a whole system. Okay, this little device right here, this is the absolute heart of the whole operation. It's called a pickup. Now, it's not a microphone. It doesn't hear sound through the air. Instead, it's a magnet that creates a magnetic field. When you vibrate a metal string inside that field, it creates a tiny electrical current. It's literally turning your physical movement into electricity. It's kind of like how your game controller turns your thumb movements into commands in the game. So, if the pickup is the heart, then the amplifier, well, that's the ultimate superpower. It's like finding a massive power-up in a game. It takes that tiny, weak signal from the pickup and boosts it into something absolutely huge. Plus, the amp is where you become the boss of your sound, dialing in more bass or more treble to get the exact tone you want. All right, now this is where things get really, really creative. Because of all this technology, no two guitar players ever have to sound the same. You have this massive toolkit to build your own unique signature sound, and it all starts with the guitar itself. First up, you've got to choose your pickup flavor. There are two main types. On one hand, you have single coils. These are known for a super bright, clear, and kind of snappy sound. But then you've got humbuckers. These are brilliant because they have two coils and they literally buck the hum. They cancel out all that annoying electrical buzz. The best way to think of them is like noise-canceling headphones for your guitar. They give you a much fatter, warmer, and more powerful sound. And it's not just the electronics. The actual body of the guitar makes a huge difference. Most of the guitars you see are solid body. It's just a solid slab of wood. That gives you a really punchy, direct sound that's perfect for rock, pop, and metal. But then you have these old-school, cool, hollow body guitars, which have a big open space inside. This makes the sound way warmer and more resonant, which is why you see them all the time in jazz and blues. Okay, but if you really want to go wild and start crafting your own sound, you have to talk about effects pedals. Seriously, the easiest way to understand these is to think of them like photo filters, but for your sound. You take your basic guitar tone, you step on one of these little boxes, and you can completely change its vibe. So you want that aggressive, crunchy sound for rock and metal? Bam, you stomp on a distortion pedal. Or maybe you want to sound epic, like you're playing in a giant cave or a cathedral? That's reverb. You need some reverb. And if you want to create those cool, repeating echoes of everything you play, you grab a delay pedal. By mixing and matching these, the possibilities are, well, they're pretty much endless. Now, all this technology is incredible, right? But a tool is only as good as the person using it. So let's talk about the legends, the guitar gods who took this instrument and used it to totally change the world. I mean, we are talking about the absolute titans. You've got Jimi Hendrix, who took those effects pedals and basically made them speak a whole new language. There's Jimmy Page, the king of writing those iconic rock riffs that everybody knows. You have B.B. King, a guy who could make his guitar sing and say more with one single note than most people could with 1,000. And you can't have this conversation without Eddie Van Halen, who just broke all the rules with his lightning-fast tapping techniques. So we keep saying riff, but what exactly is one? It's simple, really. It's the hook. It's that short, catchy, repeated musical idea that grabs you by the ear and just will not let go. It's the part of the song that gets stuck in your head for days. It's basically the song's DNA. Look, I don't even have to say the name of the song, right? I just have to go da-na-na-na-na-na-na, da-da-da-da. You know it, I know it, everyone on the planet knows it. It might just be the most famous guitar riff of all time, and it's perfect proof that a simple, powerful idea on an electric guitar can become absolutely legendary. Okay, but all this amazing tech and creative potential means nothing if your instrument isn't working right. You've got to take care of your gear if you want to keep it ready for battle. You know what? Think of it like your guitar has a health bar, just like in a video game. If your strings are old and rusty, your health bar goes down and your sound gets all dull. If the neck is bent or the electronics are glitchy, you're going to have a bad time. A little bit of basic maintenance keeps that health bar at 100%. So after all that, what's the big takeaway? The most important message? It's this. An electric guitar is so much more than just a piece of wood with wires on it. It's a tool, it's a key that can unlock almost any sound you can possibly imagine. So there you have it. We've seen why it was invented, we've uncovered the tech that makes it all work, and we've talked about the legends who used it to make history. So the only question left is the one for you. What sound will you create?